Hello everybody, welcome back to Good Morning Sports Fans. Hope you're well and enjoying your Friday so far. We're going to be hearing from this guy, Mikel Arteta, this lunchtime on what is his 5th anniversary of management at Arsenal. James Green is here to discuss it. 5 successful years, James, you'd probably say, you've said it already, gets better every year, but what have been the standout moments?
Yeah, look, progress is probably the biggest standout moment, really. I think if you want a manager in the position for such a long period of time, you want to see progress year on year, and he's certainly delivered that. More points, more wins, fewer losses in the Premier League since he's taken over. But I think standout moments, you've got the FA Cup win in his first season, half season in charge, about 6 months after being in charge. And I remember sitting down and speaking to the Arsenal boss about a year and a half ago, and we talked about having patience and clubs having patience with managers at a time where patience feels very limited right now. And he said to me that you have to earn that patience, and that FA Cup win actually earned him more time and belief within the hierarchy at Arsenal that this is the right man to deliver on the biggest stage. But you look at what else he's done, I think transformed the Emirates Stadium into now a great home for Arsenal fans. You reunited the fan base that felt so divided for so long. But it's the players he's been able to replenish and replenishing the squad that doesn't happen overnight. And this is something he's taken a lot of time to do, but he's been quite ruthless in the way he's let players go out the door. We'll have a look at some of those players who have left if we can. And we'll look at the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Alexander Lacazette left, Mesut Ozil. You can see they're big names, big personalities that the Arsenal manager was happy to let go. If you think about Henrik Mkhitaryan in there, Mustafi, David Luiz, Hector Bellerin, Matteo Guendouzi, Emiliano Martinez. Remember when he let him go at the time as well. So he showed that he's ruthless. He'll make those tough decisions when necessary. But the way he's replenished the squad, getting players out, and look at some of the players he's brought in, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel, Saliba. Declan Rice was the big one, because Declan Rice has been very open about the reason why he liked joining Arsenal, and that was because of Mikel Arteta. What Mikel Arteta told him was something he loved and he stuck to, and he knew that he could take his game to a new level. He's been a big reason why certain players have been coming into the squad as well.
It's incredible. Fans talk about player trading, and you've got to do it these days with PSR. And when Arteta won that FA Cup back in 2020, only one player from that team still at the club. That's Kieran Tierney. He's nowhere really near the first team, is he, really, in the Premier League games anyway. Just shows what a good job he's done in the transfer market as well, getting rid of big name players, like you say, and bringing players in. And it's his first managerial job as well. I mean,
see, I think people forget that about Mikel Arteta. It is his first, because he's been in the game for so long as a player and then as a coach at Manchester City. Forget this was his first managerial job. And I remember he came in at Arsenal after Unai Emery, and there was a real dip. As I mentioned previously, the fan base was so incredibly divided, and he came in and reunited everyone. And the success is there for everybody to see. This does not surprise, and probably won't surprise anyone, the 3rd most points behind just City and Liverpool since he arrived at the club. Progress has been the key message, making sure you're continually growing and learning. And for him as a new manager, I think that's something we've seen of him as well. We've seen him develop. We've seen him try and look at new ways of playing, new formation, new personnel. And he's driving this club forward, as we saw certainly in the last couple of years, with 2 big Premier League pushes, not necessarily getting over the line, but really push Manchester City to the wire.
And getting over the line, is that, if you were going to have to say one blot of on his copybook, trophies? I mean, you mentioned the FA Cup. Nothing else so far.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think if we go back, we've got to look at the last few seasons, maybe prior to the Premier League pushes, the last 2 seasons. Before that, it was about improving. You're never really going to go from mid-table to challenging for a Premier League title. So it's been a progression, but now's the stage you feel like this is the time he needs to win. Bukayo Saka was quoted yesterday in saying that he's sick of finishing second. He wants to win something. And this is an opportunity this year. If Manchester City struggles, they're just 6 points behind Liverpool at the moment. They play Crystal Palace Saturday night. Chance to make it just 3 points. That's an opportunity for Arsenal. That's an opportunity you feel like they must take to try and win something this season. Remember, they've got Champions League as well. Girona and Dynamo Zagreb. If they win them, they're through to the last 16 already. Carabao Cup semi-final.
Yeah, but they've got Newcastle.